What's goody, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry biscuit. I have no idea what the Carolina Panthers are doing. Now, if you watched my last two videos talking about the Pat Elflein signing and the Cam Irving signing, I try to play it a little calm, right? Like, both those players are depth pieces. One's getting about $2 million a year, the other's getting about $4 million a year, but we do have a lot of need at the offensive line everywhere, honestly. We need a lot of help everywhere but right tackle. We did go ahead and franchise tag Taylor Moton, and we do still have Matt Paradis, who I think played a lot better this past season. So at center and right tackle, we're straight, but we still needed a lot of help just about everywhere else. So I wasn't big bugging when the news came down that we spent that money on those players who, honestly, just about every single one of their last stops got rid of them because they weren't up to par. Pat was supposed to be a really great player. Didn't happen. Cam was a first-round pick. Never really panned out at all for him. But if we're picking up guys for depth, I'm not going to get mad at it. But now we got a problem. I said in those videos I didn't want to jump through the camera and talk to Pat and Scotty Fit like that. I didn't want to get disrespectful. But throw up this tweet right here from Jonathan M. Alexander saying, breaking. Carolina Panthers releasing defensive tackle Zach Kerr. When I read this tweet for the first time, my whole attitude changed. I'm at the point where I gotta be in the offices. I gotta find out where Dave is. I gotta find out where Scotty Fit is. I gotta find out where Matt Rule is. I gotta find out, yes, of course, I gotta find out where Phil Snow is. Phil! You could have saved this man's life. You could have put him on the team, kept him there. Now I gotta find out. What exactly was the reason this Carolina Panthers team decided to cut Zach Kerr? And I know he's a backup piece. He's a rotational guy. But we have a lot of need of all the positions on defense, or at least the D-line. We still do need help at the interior part of the D-line. At edge, we have a lot of guys who play defensive end, a lot of guys who play outside linebacker, who are more like edge rushers themselves. So we're pretty good at both those levels on the outside. Now, we do need a middle linebacker, but someone to pair with Derek Brown in the interior of the D-line. Now that KK's gone, and for good reason, we could probably use some help. Now, Bravion Roy did have a good year. He had a good season, especially for a 6th-round pick. But why did Zach Kerr, of all players, get cut? Looking at his numbers, he played pretty well last year. He was 13th on the team in combined tackles at 32. He was 4th on the team in QB hits at 9. He was tied for 5th on the team in total sacks. 2.0, but he was tied with Derek Brown, our 1st-round pick in this previous draft 11 months ago. You know who Derek Brown is. You knew who Derek Brown was before the draft. Tied for 5th on this team in sacks was Zach Kerr, a player who only played 37% of the snaps. 37% of the snaps, just over 1/3 of the snaps. He was 5th in sacks, and honestly, being 13th in combined tackles is not bad in the context of you being on the field for only 37% of all defensive snaps. I got a question about that. I gotta really find out what exactly was going on. Now look, he's been in the league 7 years. He is getting up there in age, kind of. But this was the best year of his career. He comes to Carolina, first year here, with Phil Snow, has the best year of his career. And I got to figure out why this man, Zach Kerr, got cut. Now, my first thought was, okay, maybe it cost too much. Maybe we were paying Zach Kerr a lot of money and we couldn't really afford to keep him on the team. That might make sense, right? Wrong! Look right here, bro. Just last year, he made about $1.3 million. That was his cap hit. But peep this man's cap hit in the 2021 season. A $1.545 million cap hit. Scroll to the right. $250,000 in dead money and cap savings, $1.295 million in cap savings, meaning we cut this man, Zach Kerr, over $1 million. Now you tell me, in what world is Zach Kerr's performance not worth $1 million? Are you serious? What are we saving that $1 million for, huh? Is Luke coming back? Is it Luke? Luke! You can't give us a hometown discount for the one time? What's going on here? Someone's got to give me some answers, because I got to know. Are you bringing back Colin Jones? I'd be cool with that. Every time Colin Jones put that helmet on, he did nothing but make plays for the Panthers. Okay? Second greatest Panther of all time. I don't want to hear about it. I ain't going to debate it with you. So if it's Luke, give us a hometown discount. If it's Colin, here's the Supermax. I ain't going to lie to you. It is what it is. I'm sorry, Zach Kerr. But if it ain't one of those two, then I got to be in the offices. Where I got to go? Rock Hill? I got to go to Charlotte? Where I got to go to meet up with these dudes making decisions? I need an answer quickly. Tell me straight up what the reasoning was for cutting Zach Kerr. And if I don't like the answer, I'm giving you a fight back. 50-piece McNugget from hell, all body shots. I got to find out. I know it sounds like a lot over a backup player like Zach Kerr, but this is a position of need. Why would you keep going into free agency in the draft when you know you need more players at defensive tackle, right? Right? And you really can't draft DT all that early because you have bigger needs in other areas, right? So it would stand to reason that maybe perhaps if you only have to spend $1 million or $1.5 million on a guy like Zach Kerr, who just had his greatest season, who just was tied for 5th on the team in sacks, who just was a monster, given he only played 37% of the snaps. What do you want to keep that guy so you don't have to prioritize that position even harder? I gotta find out what the thought process is. What's the strategy going on? What are the inner machinations of Scotty Fitt's mind? Now, yesterday, I kept it cool. Yesterday, I kept it real cool. I kept it cooler than cool. I kept it ice cold. But right now, I'm heated. I gotta find out what did Zach Kerr do. I'm left to assume a couple things. When I see a guy perform at his job at the level he's expected to, not getting paid too much money to where it's like, okay, we gotta balance out a cap hit versus performance, I start assuming. I gotta assume Zach Kerr is literally the most annoying player in the locker room. I gotta assume this is the dude giving guys like Christian McCaffrey wet willies randomly. Like, this guy's over here slap boxing the trainers. Y'all remember back in like middle school or whatever, when you'd have one of your friends crouch down behind somebody, behind their legs, and you walk over and push them over, and then they would fall over the dude crouching behind them. I gotta assume Zach Kerr was both those kids. He was the dude crouching and the dude pushing someone over. I have to assume that this man, Zach Kerr, was putting his hands, sticking his hands in all the food when they're going in for lunch or whatever. I gotta assume this dude was playing loud music on the bus, on the plane. What was it? It wasn't his play on the field. It wasn't his cap hit. So what's the reason? Rev Rule, preach to me. Scotty Fitt, you in on every deal? You weren't in on this deal. This was not a very good deal. Phil Snow, you can't speak out for Zach Kerr. Huh? You can't speak out for him. He put in work for your defense. This how we doing them. This how we doing them. Dave, come in. Dave, if you're not Dave, don't watch this part. Dave, come in here. Come here. Put your cranium to the screen you're watching. Whether it's a television, a computer screen, a monitor, laptop, cell phone, a leapfrog learner. I don't know what you're watching this video on, Dave, but we have to have a conversation. Let me whisper to you because I know you're very close to the screen right now, Dave. We have to have a conversation about retaining talent when we have talent on the roster. Zach Kerr was talented, my man. I know you're the one cutting the checks, my brother. I know you're the one cutting the checks, my brother. Let's do better. The past is in the past. Let's try to do better, Dave. Let's try to do better. That's all I ask. Let's do better. Let's do better. The Hornets, they got a squad. They doing better. Can we get a squad? Can we do better? I'm not a GM. I'm not an owner. I'm not a defensive coordinator. I think the dude played well enough last year to deserve $1 million, $1.5 million to retain his spot on the roster for this upcoming 2021 season. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe y'all disagree, but that's how I feel about it, man. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, and you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.